Hello everybody and welcome back to At Home with Sophia. Today I am making the best donut recipe in the world, my vanilla donut recipe. So please make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell down below so every time I post a new video, you will receive a notification. Also, a side note that I have an Instagram account now. So if you type in Sophia, username At Home with Sophia, all lowers, then you will find me just there. So let's move on with the things you're going to need to make this amazing donut recipe. Is a third cup of 2% milk. You're going to need 1 teaspoon and a half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. You're also going to need a half a teaspoon of salt. You're also going to need 1 teaspoon plus a fourth a teaspoon of baking powder. You're going to need a third cup sugar, 1 cup plus a fourth cup of flour, 3 tablespoons of melted butter. Make sure there's no chunks in the butter. You're also going to need a fourth a cup plus 2 tablespoons of sour cream, and you're also going to need 2 eggs. We're going to be using 2 yolks and 1 white. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make the best donuts in the world. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so first we're going to mix all of the wet ingredients in like a medium bowl. You're also going to need a large bowl for later on. Now for this, you can use an electric mixer or you can use a little hand mixer or stand mixer, like basically any mixer you have. And what you're first going to do is put in your melted butter. There we go. And you're going to put in your vanilla and you're going to put in your milk. So what we're going to do is mix this up. Then you're going to add in your sour cream and mix it in. It might look chunky at first, but that's okay. You just have to keep on like breaking it up and mix it in. So once I kind of mixed in everything, we're going to put in our 2 yolks and 1 egg. So what I like to do is crack them in a separate little bowl, and then I kind of separate it with my hands. Make sure not to crack the yolk, otherwise that would just be kind of bad. So I'm gonna first crack one. And now I'm going to separate the yolk. Okay, now you're going to whisk this together until well combined. Also, you're going to need to set your oven to 375 degrees. So this is what your batter should look like. Nice and like yummy. It should look a little chunky, but that's okay. So we have our bowl. Okay, so now you have your wet ingredients, and now you're going to do your dry ingredients. So I'm going to put in my baking powder. I'm going to put in my sugar, and I'm going to put in my salt, but I'm not going to put in the flour yet. And you're just going to mix this until well combined. Now you add in the flour. Now you're going to make a well with your hands. If you've ever made spaghetti, then you would know how to do this. You just make a little well so you could see the surface of the bowl. So if it's glass, you should see like your countertop, or if you're using like a stainless steel bowl, you should see like the steel of the bowl. Okay, now that we made this well, you're going to put in all of your wet mixture and you're going to mix it on up. So basically mix this up until like all of the little air pockets are gone, but also make sure not to over mix because it could taste like really weird at the end. Okay, so I just finished. It should look like this. It's like a super silky consistency. It shouldn't be like chunky, just really silky, and it should look kind of shiny on the top of it. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to get little donut molds, and we're actually going to pop these in the oven because I said preheat your oven to 375 degrees. And we're basically going to get them, and then we're going to put them on like a baking tray so they don't like wobble around in the oven. And you're going to fill them up about 3/4 of a way, and I'll show you once I'm all finished with that. Okay, so you should put your donuts in for about like 8 to 10 minutes. That's kind of the sweet spot, or until they are golden brown, because I know there's like so many different ovens and it just works different ways, which is kind of weird. So if you want to know how to make royal icing, that's probably the time you would do it, like right now, because they're in the oven. You have time to make that royal icing. Okay, so I just let my donuts cool for about 40 minutes. So I finished glazing all of my yummy donuts, and I didn't do this one because it was a taste test. Also, you can tag At Home with Sophia on Instagram. You can share them, and I love to see your baking desserts. And yeah, hope to see you next time on At Home with Sophia. Bye-bye. Oh God.